All right, so I'm back where I left off, and I was just talking about the way these guys were playing the small stack. I mean, pretty much 16 big blinds, 15 big blinds. Oh, excuse me, no, six big blinds, a little bit less, five big blinds. Can't do my math here. Sorry about that. These guys should be looking to just get a hand and getting it in, and they definitely shouldn't be. They shouldn't be raising and folding. They shouldn't be limping and folding. It's a huge error in this portion of the tournament. And with my stack, I'm pretty much looking to just put maximum pressure on. So I'm gonna be just going all in pretty much whenever I have a good opportunity. Like this is an opportunity here. Just decided to shove on him, and I think in theory he should be calling pretty wide. Any ace, any king, any two Broadway, any pocket pair, I'd be calling all of those. Knowing that me as the big stack, I'm just going to keep putting pressure on these guys. So blinds have gone up to 750, 35,000, or 1750, 35,000, excuse me. And just going to shove all in on and I'm going to go and shove again with ace on the cutoff here. One off the button. All right, so there's some action. So, again, this guy, Mr. Red Sleeves, he seems like the one guy that actually seems to understand what he's doing. He's playing aggressive, picking his spots, and so he's someone to kind of keep an eye on. All right, so this guy must have had a pretty bad hand to just not go with it with three big blinds. So, um, yeah, so I mean, it's so he shoves with pocket jacks, and that's what you're supposed to do. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of shows reinforces what I was saying. With these guys are just they're not shoving wide enough. They're not being aggressive enough, getting their money in, and even if he doubled up, he's going to double up to like still less than 10 big blinds in that situation. So just playing very passive and waiting around, especially at a shorthanded game like this, five players remaining, it's going to be a death sentence. Like I said, this guy does kind of the same thing. Even if you double up, you're still not going anywhere. All right, so this guy finally, this big blind, or this. So that was the guy who started the final table is a big stack. I mean, he had a huge stack starting his final table, and that's pretty much the way that not how you want to play that situation. He was playing very passive, limping in. All right, so this is I mean, this guy has a hand, or excuse me, he's got a pretty big stack now, probably 15 big blinds or so. I mean, the reason why I'm just shoving all in is, this guy folds. If this guy folds, I don't know yet, but he can only call with like a monster hand. Just given the fact that these two, he's going to jump up. He's looking to jump up two pay spots. So right now the pay is $157. Once this guy busts out, which this guy has less than two big blinds, so he's going to bust like very soon. Once he busts out, he's going to jump up $60, $70. And then of course this guy over here with like five big blinds, he's going to bust. He's going to jump up another like 150. So I'm making this shove basically just saying that you can only call with a really good hand in this situation, and he seems to know that too. So king queen versus king queen. I'm completely fine with the outcome of this. Obviously a split pot, you're always going to be somewhat fine with the outcome, but just keeping this guy around, I could put so much pressure on this second biggest stack here with keeping these small stacks around. All right, so that's a good outcome. I can keep putting pressure because these guys are still here. All right, so I decided to isolate with Queen 7 and actually double this guy up. Not sure why I decided to isolate. I mean, that's fine. I mean, he should be shoving with anything, but so now again, I can just shove with the ace. Oh wow! All right, so I double this guy up. So now he's we're almost identical in chips. So I got to change up my play a little bit. But again, I mean, that ace six shove is not a bad shove. I mean, he had a monster hand, ace king, four-handed. You're never gonna fold that. So I just ran into a really good hand. But given the situation, again, just shoving on him with ace high, he can't really defend with a normal range of hands because of these guys are gonna bust out, and he has to consider moving up the pay scale. So I ran ace king. It is what it is. I would do that every single time, shoving that ace-6 in that situation. That's just going to happen. You're going to get run into some big hands now and then. Now, sure why this guy is using his time bank. The hell? So I was probably like in like the 12th hour of my poker session. I usually start at like 11 o'clock on Sundays. It was probably damn near 10 o'clock when this tournament starts at 7 o'clock at night, I believe, 7 or 6. So usually I don't use those emojis on WSOP, but yeah, I mean, that was annoying anyways why this guy was tanking. All right, so this guy has pretty much had to go all in with anything. Doubles up. All right, pocket jacks, 2x raise. I'm probably going to call if this guy shoves me, but all right, so let's see. Interesting. So I raised a button there. It's going to rewind this really quick. And I think that the reality is I just don't think that he's going to be betting that river on me with any hand that beats me. I don't even remember if I... All right, so he calls, and I flop a jack high flush draw with pocket jacks. There's an ace on the board, so I check behind in the turn. The 8 pairs, he bets half pot. I call. I could be ahead with the jacks. He could be, could have had king queen, maybe the king or queen of hearts, and it's betting out that draw, and then the river comes, and I decide to pay him off, or excuse me, no, I decide to fold. So he bets 160,000. Now, this is a pretty close situation. I think that probably the reason why I decide to fold is because, for one, these two they're still really low. I just don't think that he's bluffing in this situation, and I'm not gonna. I just decided to save some chips, and yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I might have had him beat. It might have been the wrong play to fold, but I probably should have bet the flop also. See where I was at. All right, so this guy, yeah. So this guy, woke up with sevens, but I mean, it's like, dude, again, you double up and you still have, you're still like three. I still got 3 times as many chips as you. The chip leader has like 5 times as many chips as you, 6 times even. You can't just wait around to get your pocket sevens. And, if he would have doubled up, he still would have had 5 big blinds. So it's the importance of, typically in tournaments, you get down to like less than like 15 big blinds and you got to make a move. But there is an aspect of relativity when it comes to these tournaments too, because the average stack might be 13 or 14 big blinds, and in that case, you might not do it you might not be as aggressive. Let's say if you got a hand that you might shove every time if you're the absolute small stack, but then there's like 4 other stacks the same size as you. But this guy, I mean, he's only flipping over hands that are. He should be calling pretty much any 2. And I'm not saying I don't know like if he would have called any 2, but he really should have been calling that much. So we jump up a pay. All right, so now I got ace king suited, and I'm gonna actually just I feel like I should have just raised standard and maybe even hoped that he re-raised on me. I don't know how aggressive he is, but given my how aggressive I look. All right, so this hand raise queen 7 on a button. He calls me. Bet the flop. He calls me. I hit my queen in a turn. I check behind, and he flopped an 8, and I outturned him with a queen. And I checked behind, and I ended up calling. All right, so next hand I get pocket jacks. So I'm gonna isolate. It goes min raise. This guy gets it all in for less than a min raise, and I'm gonna isolate over the top. And I would be completely happy if this guy called, honestly, because 3-handed with pocket jacks extremely strong. And I actually don't remember what happened, but so he folds, and I'm able to steal the amount that he put in, and then I beat this guy in the pot, and so now we're heads up. So I'm heads up 1.4 million to 900,000 at 20,000, 40,000. So effectively, we're about 22 big blinds deep. All right, so I think this is the hand I win it. So he makes a standard raise, and I just shove with 5s. I mean, I just feel like his a lot of people will raise every single button heads up, and I'm out of position. It'd be kind of a disaster to re-raise, or even take a pot with pocket 5s out of position is going to be tough, facing multiple betting streets with that stack. So I just decided to ship it in on him, and my 5s hold up. So I won this tournament. Again, kind of just giving a synopsis of what went on that Sunday. So this tournament I'm playing right here is a $100 buy-in, and I think I busted out close to the bubble on this. As you can see, I'm in 17th out of 114, so I have a pretty big stack right now. And even winning this tournament, I profited about 300 because I believe I bought in twice this tournament. I still had like a bad day on that Sunday. I still ended up losing like $400. So it's good. Like a lot of times, I'll throw in these smaller tournaments when I'm multi-tabling, and just kind of use them to cushion my bankroll a little bit. They're such soft tournaments, excuse me, that you can actually see when I was playing the final table when we got shorthanded. These guys really had no clue how to play aggressive, how to put pressure on people. The big stack that busted out, I believe, in 4th place, he was limping and then folding to shoves and things like that. This is very, very bad play. So I was able to manipulate the table, and once I got a big stack, was putting a lot of pressure on him. Of course, I ran into trouble when I shoved the ace-7. I ran into ace-king, and that's going to happen. But all in all, some good content for my channel to show, winning that tournament. Still playing a lot of bigger tournaments. I'd like to get some content where I go deep in one of these big Sunday tournaments on WSOP, and maybe get a bigger win than $400. But for now, I'll take it. Again, still lost money on Sunday. Kind of gives you an idea of the ups and downs of online poker, especially when you're playing multiple tables. So, all right, as always, appreciate you watching the table. If you have any questions about my play or anything I did, feel free to jump in the comments. I'll try to respond to every single comment. Haven't got many yet because I'm pretty new to YouTube and streaming and whatnot, but going to try to interact as much as possible. So I appreciate everything, and next time.